Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Wish you all the devotees a very happy Vijaya Ekadashi. Today we are reading. So section is the holy name is the Yuga Dharma. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhudala Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nivisheshashranyavadi Pashatha Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the holy name is the Yuga Dharma. In this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than the chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all the Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.74. The chanting of the holy name is the Yuga Dharma, the religious process for the present age of Kali. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains the different ages of the world and their corresponding Yuga Dharmas as follows. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.52 Satya Yuga, meditating on Vishnu. Treta Yuga, performing sacrifices. Dwapara Yuga, worshipping the deity of the Lord. And Kali Yuga, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Thus, whatever result was obtained in the other ages by their respective Yuga dharmas can be obtained in the Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is a special reason for this, which is explained by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Simply by chanting the holy name, one associates with the Lord directly. Anyone who does this is certainly delivered. Chaitanya Charitamrita Ali Leela 17.22. An interesting statement in this regard is found in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sri Krishna Samhita. He describes that after analyzing people's level of advancement, the past compilers of the scriptures have established the appropriate holy names to deliver one in the different ages. They are called Tarak Brahma Nama. Although the conditions of life decreases from age to age, there is yet a progression in those mantras in terms of the devotional mallows or ras which they provide. And the holy name to deliver one in the first age, Satyuga, are as follows. Narayan Para, Veda Narayana Prakasha Parakshara, Narayan Para, Muktir Narayana Paragati. Narayan is the supreme goal of all knowledge, language, and liberation. He is the supreme destination. This prayer expresses feeling of awe and reverence before the opulence of the absolute truth in the form of Narayan. Thus, in Satyuga, the mood of devotion was pure Shantaras, neutrality, and a little Dasyaras, servitorship. For the next age, Treta Yuga, the following Tarak Brahmanama was compiled. Rama Narayananta Mukunda Madhusudana Krishna Keshava Kamsare Hare Vaikuntha Vamana. I worship the Supreme Lord by his names Rama, Narayan, Anant, Mukund, Madhusudan, Krishna, Keshav, Kamsari, Hari, Vaikuntha, and Vaman. These are all names of the Lord which again invoke Lord Narayan's prowess. However, the names of Madhusudan, the killer of the Madhu demon, and Kansari, Kansa's foe, indicate the rus of friendship, Sakhya. For Krishna's friends, it is natural to address Krishna in this way. Thus, in Treta Yuga, full Dasyaras and a reflection of Sakyaras are present, but the mood of veneration is still prevalent. In Dwapar Yuga, the age for Kali Yuga, the age before Kali Yuga, the following mantra was chanted for liberation. Hare Murari Madhukaita Bhare Gopal Govind Mukund Saure Yagnesha Narayana Krishna Vishnu Nirashrayam Mamam Jagadisha Raksha. O Lord Hari, foe of the demons Mur, Madhu and Kaitab. O Gopal, Govind, Sauri. O Mukund, who awards liberation. O Narayan, Lord of all sacrifices. O Krishna, O Vishnu, Lord of the universe, please protect me, since I have no other shelter. The names that are mentioned in this verse aim towards Krishna, who is the shelter of unsheltered persons. In this stage, there is a predominance of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, and Vatsalya rasas. The Taraka Brahma mantra, Nama, for the age of Kali, finally is none other than the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur thus concludes by establishing the exceptional position of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. These are the topmost sweet names of the Lord. There is no prayer for shelter or liberation in this mantra, but provocation for all rasas mixed with intimate attachment. There is no mention of the Lord's prowess or giving of liberation. This mantra reveals only that a soul has an indescribable attraction for the Supreme Soul by the thread of love. These names are for those who are on the path of Madhurya Ras, conjugal attraction, the highest of all rasas. Constant deliberation on these names are the best form of worshipping the Lord. So there are three ways of chanting. According to Hari Bhakti Vilas, there are three ways of chanting with the different effects. Manasa, chanting in the mind. Up, Upamsha, soft chanting that only the chanter himself can hear it. An example is the chanting on a Japamala. Srila Prabhupada explained why it is preferable to chant in the Upamsha style. It is easier to concentrate. At the present moment, the mind is always disturbed, full of anxieties, and you cannot concentrate. Therefore, this process, chanting Hare Krishna, it is forcibly. When you chant loudly, at least you hear Krishna. Your mind is immediately turned to Krishna. So that is a meditation. Because after all, meditation means you have to concentrate on the Supreme. So when you hear Krishna, the name, you immediately remember the person Krishna, and there is no difference between his name and the person. So immediately you associate with Krishna forcibly. Even you don't like, I will chant Krishna. You will be forced to associate. You will be chant Krishna, and I'll be forced to associate. This is going on. One devotee is forcing another devotee to remember Krishna. And what he will do by meditation? He will think of his office or his home or his dog or his cat. That's all. Lecture from 11.10.68. The Hari Bhakti Vilas confirms. Although capable of destroying all sins, the remembrance of Lord Vishnu is achieved only with extraordinary effort. On the other hand, one may perform Krishna Kirtan simply by moving his lips, and thus his process is superior. Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.453. Vachika, loud chanting, which everybody can hear, for example, in a kirtan. This chanting is 100 times more powerful than chanting Upamsa because it can be heard by others. It is known that Haridas Thakur, the great teacher of the holy name, chanted 192 rounds every day. He chanted 64 rounds loudly, 64 quietly, and the last 64 in minds. In the Chaitanya Bhagavata, we find the following passage. Local Samarth Brahmanas criticized Haridas Thakur for loudly chanting japa. They said, Haridas, why must you chant so loudly? The actual injunction is to chant softly in your mind, which scriptures instructs you to chant loudly. Haridas Thakur humbly replied, the principal effect of chanting the holy name of God loudly is that it purifies the soul 1,000 times more than any other form of worship. Nowhere in the scriptures is loud chanting of the holy name condemned. On the contrary, there are excellent benefits which have been described in many places. In one scripture, it is says, Loud chanting of Lord Krishna's name is 1,000 times better than silent chanting. Why is the result of loud chanting magnified 1,000 times over any other process? Demanded a dubious Brahman. Haridas replied, O Brahman, please try to understand that when any living entity, be it man, bird, or beast, hears the holy name chanted by a pure devotee, he goes directly to Vaikuntha after leaving his body. Srimad Bhagavatam says, O Achyuta, anyone who chants your name purifies all who hear his chanting, as well as himself. One who chants the holy name to himself liberates himself only, but one who chants the Lord's name loudly liberates anyone who hears him. The sound of the Lord's name is beneficial for everyone. Haridas Thakur continued, therefore, all scriptures assert that loud chanting of the Lord's name is 1,000 times more effective than any other religious process. Prahlad Maharaj says in the Naradiya Purana that compared to the person who is attached to chanting japa, the person who performs loud chanting of the holy name of Sri Hari is 100 times better. One who chants japa liberates only himself, but one who chants loudly liberates himself and any other living entity who hears them. Chaitanya Bhagavatam, chapter 17. Srila Jiva Goswami writes in his Karma Sandarbha, the names of God should be chanted loudly. The Baldev Vidyabhushan explains in the Sattvamala Vibhushan Bhasya. If one chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly, Krishna personally dances on the tongue. The holy name is so powerful that on the advanced stage it elevates one far beyond the material platform. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji, the spiritual master of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, was so weak in his old age that he could no longer walk and had to be carried in a basket. But when he felt spiritual ecstasy in Kirtan, he jumped out of his basket and enthusiastically danced and jumped around. This example shows how the chanting of the holy name of Krishna, especially the loud chanting in an assembly of other Vaishnavas, can raise one to a stage beyond the physical level. Whenever devotees meet, they chant the holy name together. This is their life and their greatest joy.